Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can you see us? Hello. Let me check. Is it working? Hello. Is there anybody out there? If you can see us, put a hashtag live below. Oh, yeah, I can see we're live. Okay, let's have a look. That's perfect. If you can see us, just put a hashtag LIVE below. Okay. And let us know, where are you dialing in from? Oh, that's perfect. I think we're live right now. Perfect. So I'm with a very special guest today. Her name is Rasikaapriti. And I've known you for a long time. How long have I known you?
9 years.
9 years. Yeah, 9 years. And I physically met you in Mumbai. Yeah, I met you in Mumbai. Yeah. And I've also bumped into you in the temple, I think once or twice, because so yeah, I've bumped into you, yeah, because you often go to the ISKCON temple, and I was staying over there, and so I bumped into you. So wow, Rasika. So since the day I met you, I was always amazed by your willingness and your openness to learn, to give, and to share. Whenever I notice you in class, you have such a safety about you, and you have such a softness about you. So people naturally are like drawn to exploring things with you because you're quite disarming. You make someone share, not on purpose, but they feel they can share what's really going on. You know what I'm talking about. You have people from all over the world reaching out to you and sharing their deepest sorrows, their deepest troubles, their deepest challenges, and you patiently listen. But you realize that you didn't just want to listen, and you realize that you wanted to actually serve them at a much higher level. And I feel that's why maybe you were drawn to EFT, and you actively let your friends know about it as well, and whoever wanted to like explore, as a means of emotional regulation, as a means of one's own growth in the journey of self-love and acceptance. And so today, 9 years later, you've made it certified EFT practitioner. How are you feeling? How does it feel?
It feels like a dream even now, somehow. Feels like a big dream come true. I'm very happy. So I was exploring a theme of me failing at my favorite subject, especially when I tried to do English literature. And I love poetry. I failed in grammar. I mean, I passed in grammar. I passed in all the theory. I failed in poetry. So that was a huge setback for me. Like, poetry is my favorite subject. How would I fail at that? And I think that had caused a belief for me that I was failing in what is close to my heart. And I think that's what made it take 9 years. But now I feel like I've got what I wanted, something that was so close to me.
That's great, but you write such great poetry. So what got you writing such great poetry? You write beautiful poetry.
I just love literature. I love poetry. I love the way you can say so much in so little.
Beautifully described. So tell me a little bit, well, tell me your perspective. I shared my perspective. Tell me your perspective of what attracted you to EFT.
I'm being very honest. Back in 2016, I think my friends really inspired me for this. Like when we were in college, they would all talk about the problems, and I would listen and talk, and they would always give the same thing, that it's comfortable talking to you. So one of my friends suggested, like, become a criminal psychologist, and you can tell me all about your clients and everything. I said, that's too dark. Like right now, why would I tell you? And but that really stayed with me, like in my mind. And when I came across, when we had Healing Corner, I was teaching Reiki and practicing Reiki. I thought I wanted something more. So my approach back then was just gaining a tool gaining something clinical and reaching to that area of clients, like those people who do not believe so much in energy work, but they would believe in something that they can experience on the spot. And EFT was that thing, like, when we start our first day and when you make us explore bending down or any pain in the body, and the result is so immediate. Like what they see it, they feel it, and it's so practical. So that was my attraction originally. Like, okay, so this is something which is working on the spot. Like you don't have to wait 10 days for it to show up. And that was my original attraction until I got into the training, and it was so much more, so much deeper, so much more. Like it's really hard to describe how much I have gained through EFT. I could finally make peace with my father leaving. I could make peace with my addictions, like chocolates and coffee. Coffee took longer than chocolate. Chocolate went in one session. But yeah, like it was very empowering. And I wanted this to reach many people. This empowerment. Like everybody can have this, and you don't have to do anything. You have to tap. And it just suits you.
Mm. So beautifully described, and so much humility with which you share. And you shared a little bit in terms of what you have got from EFT. Is there anything that's not confidential, but more sort of generically you can share about any kind of people you've worked with and what are some of the benefits they got with EFT? I know you've worked with lots of people in the 9 years. And I know you've done more client sessions than you had to submit to become qualified and certified, and probably lost a lot of information in that process as well. Because I think when people found out you were doing this, they kept asking you to help.
So I would have clients for BCNLP and coaching. And I would coach them, and there would be one whole session dedicated to EFT. Okay, let's do tapping today. So I kept bringing EFT somehow everywhere. I had one particular experience. I was doing a small, like, introductory workshop about, how past lives can affect you, just more like a seminar. And there was this person who came to me. I don't want to take his name. He holds a big position in a very famous club. And he just came as a part of the audience. At the end of those 6 hours, he told me, "This is the first time I sat for this long because maybe we started." He was in some accident which broke almost every rib, every bone in his body, and it was difficult for him to even sit for 10-15 minutes. So, and when we were talking about sessions, I told him, you can lie down, like, you don't have to sit. I'm very comfortable. But we didn't go forward with it, but he came for the seminar and he was blown over. And I felt like, wow, I didn't even work with him. We were just generally, I got in tapping, and we just did some tapping for 30-40 minutes maybe in those weeks. But that's the effect I saw, and I was like convinced. For me, it was more like, okay, this is making such a huge difference. That's when again I contacted you. I tried to come back. I tried to reassist and come back, but then again life happened.
And now you did it. Yeah. And you've assisted again as well, which is brilliant. And you've assisted in the inner child matrix as well, which is great. You've done the energy flow as well, and you've got the coaching. So you've got a really great tool bag, for people who maybe want to explore more the sort of cognitive coaching, or they want to explore the more emotional release with EFT, or the deep inner child within a child. Or perhaps they want to do more, and I know you love breathing, breathing exercise, body-based somatic exercise. So I think you've got the full toolbox now in terms of helping, anyone that may come and sort of knock on your door. Now, so with EFT in mind, what would you say if someone said to you, what is it and what is it for? What would you tell them?
So I give a very simple explanation because many are familiar with acupuncture. So I tell them it's very similar to acupuncture, where instead of needles, We just
Mm,
tap on those meditation points. And
mm,
while we speak our truth, because not always are we able to speak affirmations. Not
mm,
always do we want to say something that we don't believe in. So it's very organic process where you speak your truth and see what emotion comes up, where it's stored in the body, and we explore it and we try to eliminate it from the root.
mm. Wow.
One of my case study clients, he just came on I think on the fourth session, he told me that I like this better than talk therapy. I said, why? And he said, because in talk therapy, it feels like they're just talking and talking and talking. But I like how we pick up a memory every session and we target it and we complete it and we move on. So like it feels like it's done and complete. It feels like that. So I like the whole structure of the process as well.
Oh, beautifully described. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if you had to give us any wisdom or tips or advice, what would you say?
From this long, long journey, I would say if something really lights you up, if something really feels like this is your calling, don't give up on it. Keep coming back to it. One day you'll definitely succeed, even if the journey is 9 year long.
Lovely. I love that wisdom. And then what now? So now you've got this in your hand. You can officially let people know. There's probably people sort of waiting, for you. What do you have a specific type of person you want to work with, or whoever knocks on your door? Like, what are your thoughts in terms of, do you want to help men, women, young adults? Older people, like where are you with which area of society you want to serve in?
So my preference while is my focus is on people who are trying to get a balance in their lives, aligning themselves spiritually and in their day-to-day material life, so that it is not like two things to juggle and it becomes one purpose-oriented life. That's my focus. What I work with is majorly women and children.
Yeah, so you
So I'm
get
open to
young
whoever's coming
adults
to
as
me.
well. I've noticed you
Yes.
get sometimes 18-year-olds or 21-year-olds or 22, men and women, and they feel particularly safe with you, going through a career challenge or not able to focus or procrastination, or they're kind of going through family related challenges, and they're trying to navigate that while staying true to their spiritual values and staying true to their values of faith. So, people who want to work through that, I've noticed here a lot of young adults as well, which they're great. So, whoever's watching this, whoever's meant to see this video, wherever you are, if you're a young adult or a female and you want to explore having more balance in your life, maybe as a female, just like Rasika's a mother, so she has, how many children do you have?
2 boys.
Two. She's got two boys. And if you're like a mom, and so she's mom, and she also serves her local community, she also learns, and then she also gives sessions, so it's like a full, like, holistic life basically. So if you're in a similar position where you've got children, you've got your family, you've got whatever you choose to do profession wise or work wise or society wise, and it's just a lot and you're finding it hard to balance, and sometimes those watching, it can be a health issue. There can be a health issue going on, and that health issue seems like the surface, but underneath it there is this lack of balance that's kind of put this health issue in place. Or sometimes it can be like a communication challenge, in your life, where maybe you're swinging between high anger and stress and then low mood and swinging mood. So it can be like these kinds of things as well. So if you feel you like to have a bit more balance, just type balance below in the comment and we will get you in touch with Rasika. Rasika, it's been such a pleasure, such a joy having you on this journey. You're a delightful student. You have such beautiful communication. And I know your next step is to go ahead and get qualified to do group work. And I just think once it's like you're going to be unstoppable, and there'll be, I think that was our original vision, yours and mine. This was one stepping stone that we knew we needed to complete. But we knew our vision in the end was to have you doing group work where 1,000, 10,000 people, how many other people it needs to be at any one time, can come, and you can share these tools with them so they can learn how to emotionally regulate themselves and lead happier and healthier lives. Many, many, many congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much. I'm going to say something. I have seen training programs, and this journey of 9 years really made me appreciate the certificate even more. I love the whole process of examination. I mean, no, I'm sorry, I'm using the word examination.
No, that's fine. No, absolutely. There's an assessment. No, you're right. Because it's a clinical qualification. I mean, you're working with people's emotions and mental health. So you have to do 50 sessions and 6 clients and so many hours and hours. Yes, absolutely. We can call it an examination, no problem.
I really admire the efforts of the whole Vitality team. You to go through our, for once I thought, how much will they read? How much will they I don't think they'll watch the whole video, but every minute of it is marked down. And that makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
That I know if I'm crossing this, I'm okay to keep my clients safe.
You are. And one of my benchmarks for certification is, that I would happily recommend you to somebody else, which I 100% will happily do. Yeah. You did it. You passed that benchmark. Yeah, absolutely. You've met that. And I'm probably a bit of a tougher trainer. So
It is all in the
certification, not in terms
safety.
of who I am. Yeah. Yeah. Safety, exactly. You're safe, your clients are safe. Very, very, very well done. Thank you. And those who joined us, go ahead and share below what was your takeaway from this. And I guess we will connect again. So all I have to say is say bye to those who joined us. Thank you for joining us. Take care.